Hello and welcome to my WebinarKit review, where I'm going to be giving you a demo and features overview of this webinar software. The cool thing about this is that at the time of creating this video, you can currently get a one-time pricing for it. I will leave my link in the description if you want to click that. And not only can you get that one-time pricing, but even better, you can try it out for $1 just to make sure that it's going to be perfect for you. Allow me to show you how it works. So when you're going to create a webinar, it's pretty easy to do. Simply follow the steps, fill in the details, and then continue on as you would regularly. So here's going to be the webinar details. Allow me to put this in very quickly, then I'll talk about these. Alright, so here's going to be the name up top that only you're going to be going by. Title right here, pretty much going to be like the main idea of it. So how to create 100 digital products while outsourcing the boring stuff. So given the fact that this is going to be an automated webinar, assuming you have the video file, you just want to know like how long this is specifically going to be. If you don't know exactly, well, you should know should you have the file, but if you don't know, you can always come back and edit it where you go to add your video after. So attendee sign in and password if you want to enable that or disable it. Obviously with WebinarKit, you can change this around in case you don't want to have a different domain and so on and so forth. I have my brand image here. And of course, we have our webinar schedule. So you can do instant watch sessions. This is going to allow you to get the highest converting, I guess you could say landing page for your webinar because someone can watch it immediately. They don't have to wait. They don't have to do anything funky. There's going to be just in time sessions. I like these. I think it's usually going to be around like every 15 minutes. So say it's 1 p.m. now, it's going to be at 1:15, 1:30, 1:45, and 2 p.m. Okay, date format, just can use this. And of course, you can do scheduled webinar dates in case you wanted to add in something specific. So from here in this specific aspect, I like the fact that there's a lot of scheduling going on here. It's very flexible where you can do it only on the specific times you want it launched, or you could do something better like just in time or the instant watch sessions. So that's always a good thing. A lot of flexibility with your schedule here, just so you can see what works best for you, getting the most amount of opt-ins, and of course, making sales. Let's click on Save and Next. Alright, so when it comes to the registration page and thank you page, pretty easy to do. There's going to be the preview here and here, but let's open it up to show you what it looks like. Alright, so a lot of drag and drop going on here. Of course, we're going to have our big headline, so what I'm going to do is just simply go right here and change it around. Alright, there we go. So I added the headline, how to create 100 digital products while outsourcing the boring stuff. Let's say you wanted to remove this, or you can put your image there or not. Obviously, just deleting it here. Free training for, this could be, let's just say, digital marketers. And presented by, I'm going to just put my name here really quickly. So as you can see, when it comes to like editing this around, it's pretty simple. Click on it, change the text. Let's say you wanted to change this around to, we have a picture here. I'm going to go to the image. And I'm just going to click on me to select this one, and there we are. Of course, everything else, if you wanted to add this here, if you want to remove it, pretty simple stuff. I'm just going to delete this as well. We have register now. What you're going to learn, obviously this would be bullet number 1, 2, 3, 4. This is obviously going to change, based upon what your settings are for like the perfect in-time one, or if it's every 15 minutes, but something like that. Pretty simple stuff. There's the ability to change what it looks like. We have our tablet, we have our mobile. Looks pretty good if you ask me. Let's go back to the desktop and just click on Save. We can exit here. We also have our thank you page, business as usual. Once you know how to use the other one, it's going to be this. I'm just going to keep it as it is like this. If we want to add something in, let's say we have our session link, we can drag and drop it like that. There is going to be the undo button. Thank you so much for having that. I think it's very important that any type of landing page builder has an undo button. It just makes your life so much easier. But here we have drag and drop. You can see all the things right here in case you wanted to add anything else. Pretty much point, click, drag, drop, delete, add it, insert, repeat, and so on and so forth. I'm just going to click on save there and go back. And there is also the ability to embed a registration widget on your site in case you wanted to do that. But let's carry on and click on next. All right, so probably the two biggest things here is going to be the watch room, and of course we have the replay page. Let's click on the watch room right here. All right, so the biggest thing here, what we want to do is set our video source. All right, I already have a video here that was uploaded just so I could save some time. I'm going to click on select. Okay, yup, you read that. I'm actually going to do this so it doesn't talk over me. But as you can see, that's going to be the reason why you would want to set the time, because this was only like a minute and something just so I could do something in the background while, show you how this works. But ideally, what you can do here is set the normal time. And that's going to be very important because the watch room settings, there's a plethora of things here that I think you're really going to like as we go through it. So this is going to be the duration here. I'll keep it as it is. We have our brand logo. We have a redirect after webinar. This is very beneficial. At the same time, because what that was going to allow you to do is that if you have an offer there, you can just redirect everyone to where their offer is going to be. So if someone, say, is away from the webinar and they come back, they'll be auto redirected there, so you can actually get some more clicks to your offer, which is always a good thing. You can edit around the weighting image if you want. We have our video there, which is going to be cool. We have our offers. Let's edit that. Let's add our new offer. So let's just say it's called the 100x DigiBiz. How to create 100 digital products. Let's say this is $9.97. We do click here to get started today. This is going to be, say, the offer link. Spoiler alert, or just little notification, don't send your traffic to AOL. They have plenty of it. And this is the important part about also why you'd want to change around the time for your webinar. Let's say it was an hour and 30 minutes long. Let's just say when you get down to your pitch, this starts at, let's say, like, 60 minutes and, 0 seconds. Then of course it ends at, this is going to be in minutes. So that's just like 90 minutes. 0 seconds, something like that. So what that means is that in an hour in, it's going to showcase this and then it's going to end. We have our image as well. And of course the offer timer in case you want to use that for some like scarcity, but we can add that offer in. Okay, just want to make sure this is, there we go. So we have handouts in case there's anything you wanted to hand out. This is beneficial for you because say a lot of times you say, if you stay to the end of the webinar, you're going to get a special gift. This is where you can provide that. Okay, just a great and easy way to give your audience what they were looking for. There's polls, there's chat simulator, there's questions in case anyone wants to answer questions. We have colors in case you want to play around with that. And of course, there's going to be labels where, a lot of this stuff right here where you can just change it around if you need it. So cool thing about this is that pretty much everything is just for you to go in and edit and change around. For me personally, I love the plain and simple look of this. I like how you can set up a lot of different things to your liking. And I think a lot of these features are really going to help you when it comes to obviously improving your sales. As showcased in the landing page builder, there's also the ability to kind of toggle and see what they look like with tablet and of course in mobile as well. So that's always a cool thing. But let's click on save here and let's exit. We also have a replay page as well. So let's go here. And it's going to be very similar. So it's going to have the video embedded there. And obviously anything right here is just clicking on it and changing around the title. Once again, same with the logo here. If we wanted to add that in, we can always change it around. Let's just say we want to select this one. There we go, something like that. And this is going to be a link where they can go. If it expires, you can keep that, you can remove it. It's pretty simple stuff. This is more of like actually creating a landing page where you just have your video there. And of course, the link to where they can access the offer that's going to be showcased, okay? Let's click on save here and exit. And we're going to be done with that. And last but not least, something I also really like about WebinarKit is they have a plethora of emails for you. And this is going to be very beneficial. So whenever someone signs up, you have plenty of opportunities to send more emails so that you can get people actually on the webinar. As you can see right here, like a confirmation email, I'm just going to show you this very quickly. And a lot of this is already going to be preset. So you don't have to change anything about this. They're already going to have that auto added in there. So that's really cool. Not a whole lot you need to do there. But what you can do in case you want to enable some of these, you can do 2 days before, 1 day, 3 hours, 30 minutes before. You have attended webinar emails. So if they did not attend, they say like, hey, I noticed that you completely forgot to watch it. It's completely cool. Go on and watch it. Now, even better, they have ones where if they only saw 25%, 50, 75, or 100, this is beneficial because say if they only watched 25 or 50%, that means that they missed the pitch. So that's a great way to say get them back to the replay where they can actually go there and see the offer in the first place. And then individual emails like this, if they've seen at least 75% of the webinar, that means they've probably seen the offer. So you can change around that email to say something like, hey, I noticed you watched the webinar and saw the offer. Here's another great chance to check it out before it gets taken down, say in 2 days or whatever it's going to be, right? So you can really specialize these emails based upon how much they haven't seen of your webinar. Okay, once again, and you'll notice this really continues on. Clicked webinar offer emails, did not click webinar offer emails, right after webinar emails, and so on and so forth. There's just so many, probably some of the most I've seen in webinar software. Usually sometimes like webinar software will have like a day before, 30 minutes before, and that's it. But they really go hard on this, and that's a good thing. There is the ability to use webinar text message notifications. I've never played around with that, so I can't say anything on that, but if you wanted to use it, there is the ability. There's also going to be some integrations as well with Google Calendar and webhooks, and we have some scripts for all your conversion tracking in case you want to do that. And last but not least, there is the option for webinar sharing if that's going to be your thing, but let's click on complete and we'll take a look at the landing page overall, and I'll cap off this WebinarKit review. All right, and so here we are. This landing page actually looks pretty good. We have how to create 100 digital products while outsourcing the boring stuff. You'll notice how I didn't change these around, but if you needed to, very easy to do. You'll also notice that this one is going to be starting in 7 minutes and 30 seconds. At the time of me creating this video, that would be at 1 p.m., so that would be at the top of the hour. Of course, if you wanted to register, you can click right here. You have your first name, you have your email, you have your register, and you're going to be good to go. You'll notice there's just that one. And you can also change that around because WebinarKit is very flexible when it comes to the registration times. That's also another big thing. So capping off this WebinarKit review, I love the fact that they are a good combination of simplicity with a lot of good bells and whistles like we talked about. When it comes to the registration page signups, a plethora of different ways for people to sign up, whether it's right now, top of the hour, or just being very flexible and of course dependent on when you want people signing up for your webinar. It's also great that there's also a plethora of features when it comes to setting up your landing page, but more importantly, your actual webinar presentation. When it comes to your offers, your polls, your questions, your handouts, so many things that you can do. And the fact that they still have a lifetime pricing for this is another big bonus, as you can see right here. At the time of creating this video, it's going to be a one-time payment of $617. That's going to give you the lifetime option. And regardless of which pricing plan you go with, there's always going to be that 7-day trial for $1. So you can always test it out first just to make sure that it's going to be perfect for you. So a nice little webinar software here. The fact that you can pay monthly, annually, or lifetime to save the most amount of money, coupled with the ability to create automated webinars to help you sell your products, offers, and service is definitely something that you might want to check out, especially for the fantastic pricing that they have and plethora of helpful webinar features. I hope this review helps you out when it comes to WebinarKit. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will do my best to get back to you. But that should do it when it comes to this WebinarKit review. I believe this is the second or third time I reviewed this, and ever since the first review, they've certainly improved, and that's always a good thing. I love seeing longevity when it comes to softwares, and I also love seeing improvements when it comes to softwares, and WebinarKit has done both of those things. Once again, my name is James. Feel free to check them out using my link in the description, and I'll see you in my next video.